As the dust settled after years of relentless warfare, Ruta stood victorious, having fulfilled his childhood dream of uniting the fractured continent under a single banner. The cost, however, was measured in the blood of hundreds of thousands of lives and the erosion of democratic ideals. In the wake of conquest, Ruta orchestrated the transformation of the conquered nations into colonies, vassal states, and a confederation under guerrillist dominance. The crowning achievement awaited Ruta as he ascended to the paramount position, assuming the title of Datu. Datu is a term originating from the language of the guerrillas. In this context, it carries the specific meaning of Eternal Emperor. Ruta adopts this title as a symbol of his supreme and enduring authority over the united continent. The term reflects not only the consolidation of power but also the permanence and timelessness associated with Ruta's reign. As Datu, Ruta stands as the unchallenged and eternal ruler, marking a significant departure from the democratic principles that once governed the continent. With his rise to power, the remaining presidential titles across the lands retained a semblance of their former selves, although the true authority rested in the central government appointed by the Datu. Democracy, once a beacon of collective decision-making and equality, crumbled beneath the weight of Ruta's absolute rule. The principle of the minority submitting to the majority became a distant memory as Ruta's centralized authority left no room for dissent. The ideals of government by the people, exercised through free elections, were supplanted by an unyielding throne, crushing any murmurs of opposition. The transition from democracy to autocracy was swift and decisive, as Ruta wielded his newfound power with ruthless efficiency. Dissenters were swiftly dealt with, their voices silenced through intimidation, imprisonment, or worse. The once vibrant political landscape became a barren wasteland, devoid of opposition or dissent. In the conquered territories, the people grappled with the reality of life under guerrillist rule. The promises of peace and prosperity touted by Ruta's regime were quickly overshadowed by the harsh realities of oppression and subjugation. Civil liberties were curtailed, dissent was crushed, and the rule of law became a mere facade, serving only to legitimize Ruta's authoritarian regime. Resistance movements sprang up across the continent, fueled by the flames of discontent and the desire for freedom. However, Ruta's iron grip on power proved to be an insurmountable obstacle, as dissent was swiftly and ruthlessly crushed by his loyal enforcers. For Ruta, the consolidation of power marked the culmination of a lifelong ambition, the realization of a dream that had driven him since childhood. Yet, beneath the facade of strength and authority, a darkness lingered, a nagging doubt that whispered of the cost of his ambition and the sacrifices made along the way. As Datu, Ruta wielded power unmatched by any who came before him, yet the weight of that power bore heavily upon his shoulders. The burden of responsibility weighed him down, as he grappled with the consequences of his actions and the legacy he would leave behind. In the hallowed halls of his palace, Ruta pondered the future of the continent under his rule. Despite the veneer of strength and stability, cracks began to form in the facade, as whispers of dissent grew louder and the flames of rebellion threatened to engulf the continent once more. The road ahead was fraught with uncertainty, as Ruta navigated the treacherous waters of absolute power. The echoes of his conquests reverberated through the annals of history, leaving an indelible mark on the continent and its people. As the sun set on another day in the guerrillist empire, Ruta stood alone at the pinnacle of power, a solitary figure bathed in the fading light of a dying democracy. The future of the continent lay in his hands, as he grappled with the weight of his decisions and the ghosts of his past. And as the world watched with bated breath, the fate of a continent hung in the balance, poised on the edge of a new era under the rule of the Eternal Emperor.